Okay, guys. So I will continue with POP and have these lectures will be POP and then we change to the new content. Yeah, this is approaches to POP and two approaches to POP. The first one, the elasticity approach to the POP, and the second one is absorption approach to the POP. However, because of limit time, so we just focus on the first one. It is an elasticity approach to the POP. Yeah, the elasticity approach to the POP. Yeah. And the assumptions of the approaches, they said that the supply elasticity for the domestic export. Oh, that is my word. Yeah, my handwriting. Still here. Okay, so the supply elasticities for the domestic export goods and the foreign import goods are perfectly elastic. Yeah, elastic. What do I mean? It means that we study the supply and demand. We supply and demand curve already, and we know that that is the supply and that is the demand. I mean that the supply curve will be downward, slope downward, and the demand curve will be upward. Yeah. It means that the supply will be upward and the demand will be downward. Yeah. But elastic is mean that it is flat. It is flat at any price level. Flat at any price level. Okay. And the change in the demand volume have no effect on the price. Mean that the changes in the demand volume have no effect on prices. That is the graph illustrate for the demand and supply. That is exactly is light. It's not curve. It's light, not curve. And here we know that it is flat. It's flat. It's light. It's aligned and it's flat. It means that at every price, the supply and the demand always satisfies. Okay, that is elastic. Elastic is mean that flat. Yeah, it's not upward or downward like the demand and supply curve as we have done and we know before. And that is a figure perfectly elastic supply of export and demand for import. Yeah, supply for export and demand for import. And here we just consider export of goods and import of goods. Export of goods and import of goods. It means that we just consider the goods balance or the trade balance. Okay? Yeah. And if we consider the current account when we express in the terms of domestic currency, it is given by that is current account or that is the trade balance. That is okay. That is okay. That is the current account. We need the differences between the where I'm sorry. That is not it's a way where B is domestic. Just wait a moment. Okay, just wait a moment. I change. Okay, guys, so we call the trade balance. Yeah, exactly. It is the current account because you remember the current account. How many sub accounts of the current account? Remember, 4. Yes. The first one is trade balance. The second one is services balance. The third one is income balance, and the last one is unilateral transfer or transfer is already is okay. And exactly, just trade account is affected by exchange rates significantly. Yeah, significantly. Other account, especially the unilateral transfer, exactly is not affected by exchange rate so much. It's not affected by exchange rate so much. So here we can consider the effect of the exchange rate on the trade balance or the current accounts in general is okay. Yeah. And if we consider the trade balance is a CA, right? Yeah. It's a CA, and when we express in terms of the domestic currency, is given by CA is differences between the export and import. Yeah, import. And with these equations, we see that okay. So the domestic B is domestic price level. B star is the foreign price level. XV is the volume of the domestic export, and the MV is the volume of import. E is exchange rate. It's a nominal exchange rate. It's a nominal exchange rate. And this approach is elasticity approach. We answer for the questions whether devaluate currency can have increased export and reduced import. Yeah, because in theory, as we study in the principle of exchange rate, when we study about the devaluations and revaluations, all of you tell me that when a country devaluate its currency, yeah, this country export will increase. Yeah, it will increase, and vice versa. Import will decrease. Yeah, it decrease. However, they see that okay, in many cases, and in many countries, even the government devaluate its domestic currency, it's not have improved the trade balance. It's not improved the trade balance. Even though make the trade balance worst. Yeah, everyone understand what I'm talking? Yeah, okay. So this elasticity approach to investigate the reasons why some countries devaluate its currency and have to improve the current accounts. The current account or in general or in the trade balance in specific, okay. But other countries, for example, in the Asian financial crisis, many countries in the Asia devaluate their currency, but the result is very terrible. Was very terrible. The trade balance not only was not improved, but also make this country into the crisis. So this approach want to answer it, and they assume that the supply and the demand is elastic. It means that every price will be satisfied. Okay. Here is the equations of the trade balance. That is about a mathematics term. I just introduce you. You don't need to remember it. And the value of domestic export is V multiplied with X. V is given by X, and the foreign currency value of import is a B star multiplied with V is given by And so with that short form, the equations of 1.1 will become CA equal X minus E multiplied This is equations 1.2. In different form is mean that in Vietnamese which is mean that is in different form or in derivative. In Vietnamese is đạo hàm. So the equations from 1 to 1.2 will become the equations of 1.3 like that. You don't need to remember. I just introduce you the process so that they become the final result. Okay, and that's it. The price elasticity of demand for export, we call it E eta X. Eta X is the percentage change in export over the percentage change in the price, and presented by the percentage change in the exchange rate. The monitor just remind me again to send all slide for you, okay? Exactly, the monitor remind me, but I forget many times. I'm sorry so much. Okay, and also the price elasticity for demand for import is eta M. Is the percentage change in the import over the change in their price as represented by the percentage change in the export. And here are the two formula. That is formula for eta X and eta M. Eta X and eta M. It's not at the end of the road. So that's the equations 1.5 is the final result. This is the final result. Substituting the X and the into the equations 1.3, and we obtain the equations of 1.4, and then we assuming that we initially have a balanced trade. It means that X minus is 0. It means that at first, it means that at first or at the beginning we have the balanced trade. We have the balanced trade balance. It means that no surplus, no deficits. Export equal import. And then we rearrange the equations 1.4 and we obtained that's one. That is. And the equations 1.5 is known as Maxwell-Lehner conditions. Okay, guys. We start with the balanced trade. Export equal import, and now we got the equations 1.5. Get that? I don't need you remember the process, but the final result you need to remember. And if a country needs to improve their trade balance, so it means that the equations 1.5 will be. Now we start with the balance. Balanced trade balance. X equal M. Now a country, we assume that a country devaluate its domestic currency. And if that devaluation improve the trade balance, so the equations 1.5 will be will be what? Greater than 0. Yeah, greater than 0. Yeah, okay? Greater than the 0 is mean that the sum of elasticities for import, for demand, and elasticity for supplies will be greater than, yes, greater than 1. That is the condition, that is Maxwell-Lehner conditions. It states that devaluations only can improve the trade balance if the sum of elasticities for demand and supply greater than 1. Greater than 1. Yeah? Everyone understand? Everyone understand? Yes or no? Yes or no? Huh? You understand? Okay. Because here is mean that, okay, because we start with the balance, and if the devaluation improve the trade balance, it means that this equation is greater than 0. It means that export is greater than import. Export is greater than import, and that is will be that we bracket will be greater than 0. Greater than 0, or in other words, the sum of elasticities for demand and the supply will be greater than 1. Yeah? That is the conditions. Have the devaluations can improve the trade balance. That's why some countries can have a successful devaluations, but not for all countries in the world. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So starting from the positions of the equilibrium in the current accounts of the trade balance, that is okay. So devaluations mean that E will be increased. So D is greater than 0. Is greater than 0. And if the sum of eta x and eta m is greater than 1, so devaluations will improve the current account. Okay? And if the sum of eta x and eta m is less than 1, so devaluations will lead to a worst current account or trade balance. Yeah, that is we call it the Maxwell-Lehner conditions. It's a Maxwell-Lehner conditions, and here you can understand why some country like China can devalue its currency very successfully, but in other countries it's not like that. Okay. This is the Maxwell-Lehner conditions, and I have the example. Yeah. That is, all you can see. Oh, so why the exchange rate between VND and USD just 18,000 Vietnamese dong or 20,000 Vietnamese dong? Because now at that moment the spot exchange rate is more than 25,000 Vietnamese dong. So why that table just 18 and just 20? Just 18 and just 20? You wonder, or maybe I am out of date. Or maybe I am out of date. No, I'm not out of date, because this table is taken from my project myself. Yeah, this is my own project. I did it 20 years ago. Yes, I did it. Yeah, exactly. 20 years ago. is 2004. Yeah, in 2004, when I was 20 years ago. Can you guess? 20 years ago, who I was? Yes, 20 years ago, I am a second year. I am a second year student at Foreign Trade University, this university. And I did this project, to find out why the devaluations of the Vietnamese currency can help improve the current account of Vietnam or not. And I got what? And that's the reason why this paper is posted in the slide. I got the first prize. It got the first prize for the student scientific contest for whole Vietnam. For whole Vietnam, when I just was a second year student. And with that first prize, I got the scholarship, the full scholarship to study master in UK when I just the second year student. Yeah, that's you can see that. Okay, so with that exchange rate and devaluations, it helped me to exactly it's the milestone. That is a milestone, and it changed my career exactly. It's my change of career exactly. I got the full scholarship for my master. I got full scholarship for my PhD. Everything just come from the research. Just come from research. And start with that is my first project. And my first project is Vietnamese exchange rate policy and its impact on current account. That's the name of my project. That's the name of my project. And I think why I got, now I guess that I got the first prize because of that table. Because I give some assumptions and I give some scenarios that okay, so if Vietnam devalue, because at that time the exchange rate is just 18,000 Vietnam dong, just 18,000 Vietnam dong. And I assume that okay, so now Vietnam, the Vietnamese government devaluate its currency, its domestic currency, and the exchange rate increase from 18,000 to 20,000. And what will happen? What will happen? And that is three scenarios. Yeah. Now look at the table. We start with, and before devaluations, can you see that table clearly? Yeah, okay. So we started with the before devaluations. It's before we start with the nominal exchange rate is 18,000 Vietnam dong equals $1. And that is the export and import. That is export and import. The price of the export and import are unchanged. You can see here, yeah. Before devaluation and also after devaluations, the price of the export and import unchanged. That is the assumption of elasticity. That is assumption of elasticity approach. Here, before devaluations, the price of the export is 10,000 Vietnamese dong. 10,000 Vietnamese dong, yeah? Because Vietnam export. So the price of the export will be in domestic currency, yeah? And the price of the import is 10 US dollar. And with that, with this exchange rate and also this price, the volume of export will be 300. It's 360, and the volume of the import is 20. The volume of export is 20, and we have the balanced current account is 0. You can see here. Yeah. So all the assumptions of the elasticity's approach is certified. It's certified. Okay. And now we assume that Vietnam devalued. The Vietnamese dollar. Yeah. And the exchange rate changed from 18 to 20. It's devalued. Am I right? It's devalued. Okay. So after devalued, 3 scenarios happen. Yeah. The first scenario, okay, make the current account worst. Is deficit. This is -5 here. -5 here is mean that after devaluations, the current account of the trade balance is what? Yeah, it's what? It is okay. Deficits. The second scenario is okay. Balance 0, and the last one. The best scenario is improve the current account, and the current account support again. It's the same. Okay, we see still 20,000, but 3 scenarios happen. 3 scenarios happen, and look at the table, and with the knowledge of the elasticity we have just known. Explain, okay? Explain this table and why 3 scenarios happen. 5 minutes for everyone. 5 minutes for everyone. And today, I remind you, today is the last chance, the last opportunities for all of you to get bonus. Okay, you remember, especially the students who have had bonus of 0.25 already, and that is the last opportunities for you to get the bonus 0.5. Otherwise, you will get 0.25 will become 0. Yeah, after today, after this lecture, 0.25 will become 0. Yeah, will become 0. And for some people, and for some people, you got 0.5, and if you want to get 0.75, you still have time. Okay, 5 minutes for everyone.
Bây giờ mình xăm của nó xem xong rồi nó thành cái hộp ở trong là như nào. Nó tưởng xác định bằng cách nhưng mình chi tiết còn tải đây đúng không? Thì tính
and you also see that all three scenarios also follow the theory that after devaluations, export volume increase and import volume decrease. Yeah, export volume increase. You see, start with 3,360, and then is the volume of export is 370, 380, and 386. Yeah, this is okay, increase the volume of export and also the volume of import decrease, yeah, from 20 to 90 to 90 and 80. So it's also follow the theory. It's also follow the theory that increase the export and decrease the import. However, we have three cases, yeah, three scenarios. Balanced, improved, and also worsened. Yeah, okay, and explain why.
Mấy hệ dù nó ở trường rất là tiếc ghê. Thì mấy con gì mà nó đến mà nó cái gì nữa. Có gì mà làm. Không biết sao. Đó, đó vô chơi cho mắt. Nhưng mà sau khi đi bên xếp hàng thì ông làm gì cho sự kiện của đi bên xếp hàng. Ê, cái export import kia của mình. Cái sanction này vừa nãy cũng là gì ạ? Sanction của cái Max
over. Time is over, and guys, do you have any idea? Down first, I need you, okay, because he's raised his hand just a few seconds before you.
So I think it all depends on price elasticity of export import. In the first case,
Can you stand up?
okay. It depends on the price elasticity of export imports. In the first case, there is a deficit, so we can see that the elasticity of the export is not as high as the import. In the second case, we can see the current account is equilibrium, so we can say the elasticity of the export is equal to import. In the last case, the elasticity of the export is higher than the import. So I think it's all based on the price elasticity of both export and import.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Okay, thanks, Dan. Yeah, you have a different idea?
Yeah, so I just I should have time to only calculate the first scenario, and I got the result of the 1.5 equation is minus 3.7%.
It's not a minus, doesn't mean that okay, it means that it's less than 1.
Yeah. So I think it's in the last scenario, the third scenario is will be plus.
It's not plus. It's the deficit.
The first. The last.
The last one, yeah.
The first is deficit.
Yeah.
So and the second one I think is balance. I think I need to calculate more.
Okay, thank you very much. What's your name? Okay, I'm Brian. Okay, yeah.
So I think the outcome depends on the Marshall-Lerner condition. So in the first scenario, the condition isn't met, and we have a deficit. And in scenario 2, the last is become like they balance out perfectly, and so the current account is unaffected. And in the last scenario, the condition is satisfied, and that's why we have a surplus. So the variation of the three scenarios is highlights when the condition is met and not. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thanks very much. Guys, I know you calculated the Marcellano conditions, and if you haven't done it, it's just your homework, and all you have done for the three persons, just provide the evidence that okay, my assumptions, my simulations is correct. The simulation is correct for the first scenario. The sum of the Marcellano conditions is less than 1. The second case is equal 0, and the last scenario is greater than 1. However, what I want you and what I ask you is look at the table and find the natural. And find the natural is not only calculate the Marcellano conditions. Marcellano conditions, the key, yeah. And here, you look at here and you see, okay, the export, the volume of export increase and the volume of import decrease. Yeah? It's very obvious. It's very obvious. However, look at the value. The value of export in the first case, the value of the export increase or decrease in comparison with at the beginning. Decreased. Yeah, decreased. It means that devaluation, even though have improved the value of the volume of export, but make the value of the export decrease. Because why? Because the change of the price happen immediately after devaluations. Now, okay, I give you more easy case. Now, at first, the exchange rate is just $1 equal 10,000 Vietnamese đồng, and now devaluate Vietnamese đồng, and the exchange rate become $1 equal 20,000 Vietnamese đồng. Is it devaluate? Okay. But the price of the export unchanged. It is unchanged. For example, the price of the export at the beginning is 10,000 Vietnamese đồng. So at the beginning, the price of the export equal how much? Equal how much USD? You don't have any pen. Who has pen? I can borrow a pen. Do you have any pen? No pen. Yeah, thank you very much. That is the VND, and that is the USD. This is T1, T0, and T1. Yeah, T0 is mean that at the beginning. Yeah, we have the exchange rate is 1 USD equal 10,000 đồng. Yeah, VND. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah. And the price of the export, that is the price in V and D is 10,000. Yeah, okay. So, and that's price of export. Can you convert it in USD? One. Yeah, it's a 1 USD. And now we devaluate the exchange, the Vietnamese đồng, and 1 USD become equal 20 VND. Yeah, it's devaluate. Everyone, it's devaluate. Yeah, okay. And the price of the export stay 10,000. But now you convert in the price in US. Can you convert it? The price of 1 unit? 0.5. Look at here. Yeah. Look at here. That is because when we change the exchange rate, the price. The relative price of the export change immediately. Understand? And one immediately, yeah? So the value of the export the decrease. The value of the export decrease. You can see here in all scenario, 1, 2, 3, the value of export decrease. The value of export decrease. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah. Am I right? Because that is, they call it the price effect. They call it the price effect. Yeah, price effect. And also the volume of the import decrease. The volume of import decrease. Yeah, from 19 to 80. Yeah. And in the first case, why the current account of the trade balance deficit? Because the value of the export can't compensate for the cost of import. Everyone understand? Yeah. Here, that is the cost of import. The cost of import, even though the volume of imports still decrease. However, the value of export can't compensate for the cost of import. So it's become deficits. Just in the last scenario, when the value of the export can compensate for the cost of the import, and when they compensate for the cost of import, just in the case the volume of import decrease more significantly. Yeah, everyone understand. And they call it is the J's curve. Yeah, and they call it a J curve effect. Yeah, what I have explained for you is J curve effect. It means that okay. That is my project. Why I did it 20 years ago, and in my project I consider two cases. The first one is devaluations, and the second one is revaluations. Yeah, revaluations both. But here we study here. We just consider the devaluations. Just on the left-hand side. Yeah, on the left-hand side, devaluations, and you see. Okay, so after look at the J curve here, and the J curve here means that at the beginning, after devaluations. Thanks so much. I give you back again. It means that okay, after devaluations, the current account or the trade balance will be worse because the price effect can't, because the volume effect can't compensate for the price effect. The price effect make the trade balance worse. The price effect makes the trade balance worse. You look at the example here. This is a price effect, and the volume effect make the trade balance better. So at the beginning, the volume effect is smaller than price effect, or in other words, the volume effect can't compensate for the price effect. That's why the trade balance deficit. And then after some month, and they say that usually after 6 months, and the importer and the exporter adapt with the the exchange rate, they see that, oh, so the price of exports very, very cheap. It's very cheap. So I win order more. So they win, the importer win order more. And when they order more, the volume will increase. The volume will increase. And with the volume, with the bigger volume, so the value of export will larger. Everyone understand? Everyone understand? And just when the volume effect compensates is greater than price effect. So the current account will be better. Everyone understand? Everyone understand? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. You understand the price effect. I understand the volume effect. Yeah. The price effect make the trade balance worse. Yeah. You see here, 1 USD just become 0.5. Yeah. But the volume effect will make the trade balance better. Yeah. And when the volume effect outperformed, yeah, or greater than price effect, so the trade balance will be better, yeah. And for the Master-Leno conditions, that's homework to calculate at home, yeah, at home to see. Okay, so in the first scenario, whether the sum is less than 1 and the last scenario is greater than 1, yeah. And understand everyone? Understand everything? Yeah. Now change to the last. Change to the last content today. Change to the last content today. Luckily, because you study foreign exchange market in other subjects. Foreign exchange market. So, yeah, the last content of this module is foreign exchange market, and luckily all of you study foreign exchange market from other subjects or as so that's why I will spend time to ask you questions and you can get punished. Okay, you can get punished. First of all, I have to give you definitions of foreign exchange. First of all, I have to give you the foreign exchange because many of you here, you're confused and you can't distinguish between the definitions of the concept of the foreign currency and foreign exchange. Many of you always think that okay, the foreign exchange only includes the foreign currency, and it's incorrect. It's incorrect. Yeah, it's incorrect. And why is the foreign exchange? Yeah. According to the ordinance on foreign exchange of Vietnam, the foreign exchange will include 5 components. And please remember, bear in your mind. I also know that some lecturers still don't know about the foreign exchange, and they also think that the foreign exchange is a foreign currency. But no, foreign exchange is a foreign exchange, and foreign currency is a foreign currency. And if they are similar, why? Why they use the term foreign exchange? Yeah, just because the foreign exchange will include, first of all, foreign currency. The second one is international payment means in a foreign currency. International payment means, for example, the bill of exchange. The bill of exchange. You know that is the bill of exchange. The bill of lading is different from the bill of exchange. In Vietnamese, it is hối phiếu. The bill of exchange or check. Yeah, checks in Vietnamese is the same. Yeah. In foreign currency, financial instrument in a foreign currency. Financial instrument in a foreign currency, for example, stock, bond, treasury bill, yeah, and so on and so on. But remember, it is dominated in foreign currency. In foreign currency, for example, the Vietnamese government bill, Vietnamese government treasury bill, but dominated in USD is considered as foreign exchange. It's a foreign exchange. Everyone, yeah. And the fourth one is gold in reserve. And can anyone tell me about the gold in reserve? The characteristic of the gold in reserve. Yeah, going from a plant to clients in the case of bringing into or out of Vietnam. Yeah. In Vietnam, what kind of gold will be considered is gold in reserve? Do you understand my question? You understand my question? Or hear or listening to English so much and make you very clearly. The characteristic of the gold in reserve in Vietnam and what kind of gold in Vietnam will be considered as gold in reserve. Anyone can tell me? Understand my question? Yes or no? Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay, guys, can you have found it? Yep, okay.
About the characteristic of the gold reserve, I still confused that is the characteristic of the kind of gold on
Gold in reserve.
the kind of gold in the reserve is a bit of Purian gold. I don't know how to spell Purian gold in Vietnamese is vàng thỏi. The
This
character.
is a block. Yeah. Boolean. This is block and Boolean. Yeah. Boolean. Block and Boolean mean that bằng hỏi đấy.
Thì em đây cái điểm.
Yeah.
I have some found with some information about this kind of gold is to have the gold in the reserve have the purity is range between the 99.5% and 99.99% is approximately the 24 carats. Moreover, it has a standard bars. Typically, weighing is 400 troy ounce is convert to the kilogram is either 12.4. Is some information I have
And
found.
also gold in reserve. What kind of gold in reserve in Vietnam?
In this billion is reserved in almost country that I see in the information about.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. You got? Okay. Your answer is not very correct, but okay. 0.25 for you. 0.25 for you, and you got 0.5 here. Go. Okay, me.
Okay, so my answer for this question is based on the law of the State Bank of Vietnam. So according to the Article 6, gold belongs to the state foreign exchange reserves are the golds on the residence offshore accounts and gold bullions, bars, granulates or ingots, or we can say that hạt thỏi, hối, which are brought into or out of Vietnam's territory and the management are carried out by the State Bank of Vietnam and the Central Bank. And that is my answer.
Okay. Thanks very much, my king. The characteristic of the gold in reserve is very important or compliance, and the purities of the gold is according to the international standard. The purity of the gold will be 99.99%. It's a 99.99%, or in other words, it said go for night. Yeah, go for night. It is at least the international standard in Vietnam. The gold in reserve, as you both have said, the purities of the gold is 99 point. Yes, it's have range, and it's from the 99.95 to 99.99. 99. It means that okay, in Vietnam, 99.95 also can consider the gold in reserve. It's in the form of the polarities and also the block. However, I also ask you, what kind of the gold will be considered as the gold in reserve in Vietnam? Because we have many kinds of gold. Yeah, kind from the Dozy, kinds from the Minh Châu, many. But just one branch of gold will be considered as the gold in reserve of Vietnam is yes, it's as they see. Yeah, it's as they see. Okay, it's gold in reserve. And that is the fourth one and the last one. Last one, you see here? The currency of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, it mean that domestic currency. Domestic currency also considered as foreign exchange in the case of transferring into or out of Vietnam or using in international payment. Surprise everyone, because foreign is opposite to domestic. Yeah, totally opposite to domestic. Why? The domestic currency of Vietnam is considered as the foreign exchange in the case of transferring in and out of Vietnam and in international payment. 5 minutes. I think this is more than 5 minutes for all of you. Find out the question, find out the answer, okay? I will give you 8 minutes. 8 minutes to explain why. Or maybe the lawyer, or maybe the lawmaker make wrong. They don't understand. Oh, domestic is different from, it's totally opposite to the foreign. They make mistake? They make mistake or not? I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they didn't make mistake. And you have to explain why domestic currency of Vietnam is considered as the foreign exchange in the case of transferring in and out of Vietnam and in international payment. You wonder, okay? Yeah? And 8 minutes for all of you. And after that, I will call someone first. And then have chance to other students to raise their hands. Someone still sleeping. Someone still sleeping and sleeping very well. Eight minutes, and then I will answer someone. Okay. Time is over. And again.
So I suppose that's the two main reasons why Vietnamese currency is considered as the form exchange in the case of transferring into or Vietnam's. The first one maybe is about the legal tender status of Vietnam. I mean that the Vietnamese is only legal tenders in Vietnam and is making it the officially recognized currency for transaction into this nation. So I mean that's once money is transferred into Vietnam, it needs to be usable in this nation, and once the domestic transaction is conducted in Vietnamese. So I mean that's when someone sends a foreign currency like USD to Vietnam. So this money is typically converted to Vietnamese in order to allow recipients to use this for purchase, paying bills or other domestic activities. And the second reason is about the regulatory framework of Vietnamese currency. I mean, the State Bank of Vietnam responsible for overseeing and regulating on financial activities in this nation. So by requiring foreign currency to be converted into Vietnam for domestic use, so the SBV, I mean, can monitor money coming in or going out in this nation in order to reduce the illegal activities in this nation. And it's also control over foreign exchange, like it's help government to regulate the availability of foreign currencies in the market to ensure the economic stability. So I mean, in this case, for example, when the company in Vietnam want to pay for an overseas suppliers in Europe, so the payment process involves converting the Vietnamese into Europe through the license plate, something like this.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thanks.
Other student, what's your name? Have you got any partners? 0.25. Okay. And other student. No one? No one? And what have you done? What did you think during 8 minutes? During 8 minutes? Okay, I see other hands from down. Okay.
So I think there are two main reasons. So first, our domestic currency VND is not quite accepted on the whole world. So usually when we want to use VND, we usually use a currency as an intermediary like USD to trade. So we can consider this a foreign exchange. First, secondly, when an outsider, a foreigner, comes to our country, they want to use VND. They have to trade their own that domestic currency to use VND. So it creates foreign exchange. And thirdly, about the regulation, the supply of money of Vietnam is a bit limited. So there are another thing. Not as inflation, it's deflation when the supply money of the money supply of Vietnam is outflow too many to the another country, so it make the supply they make the deficit in the supply of money in Vietnam, so it leads to inflation. So and our state bank don't want that to happen, so they regulate the transaction of VND outside our countries.
Okay, thank you very much. Done. And you any bonus? Done. 0.5, so speak 0.5.
I think done so much. Just you said, what's your name again? Name. Zoom, okay. And the monitor, yeah, note as 0.25 for Zoom, and the total is 0.5. Yeah, 0.5, okay. Yeah, guys. In the second case, is the currency of the Vietnam used in the international payment is more easier. It's easier to understand, okay? Because in international payment involve two parties. The first one is Vietnamese resident and Vietnamese resident of Vietnamese organizations, and the second party is foreign citizens or foreign organizations. It means that the transactions will be between resident and non-resident. Everyone understand? And now resident and non-resident. So the transactions will be recorded in the balance of payment. In the balance of payment. That's why we consider the domestic currency in that case is a foreign currency, because it involves the transaction between resident and non-resident. Now the first case, transferring in and out of Vietnam more difficult. Have you ever go to a port and bring cash with you? And you know the limit of the Vietnamese đồng you can bring a port in cash. It's not in account. In the account it doesn't affect anymore. But in cash, how many Vietnamese đồng you can bring a port? The monitor says 1 million Vietnam, 100 million Vietnamese đồng, 100 million Vietnamese đồng. And other student, 3 million. Oh no, 3 million is just huge, just a small amount. How many? Yes, it's a 15. 15 is a 1.5 million Vietnamese đồng. Yeah, 1.5 million Vietnamese đồng. And if you bring more than that amount of money, the custom in the airport can, because you don't allow, so they will keep it. They keep that amount of money and give that amount of money into the treasury. Okay, it means that Vietnam control the money out of the countries, and of course the money in the country have to control as well. And why they need to do it, and why they need to consider that amount of money transferring in and out of Vietnam as the foreign currency, because yes, first of all, it's to prevent illegal activities, but the most purpose is to control the money supply, and to protect our economic stability. Stability. Now imagine if they don't consider that amount of money as foreign exchange, and it means that they can bring out and they bring Vietnamese đồng out and in the country unlimitedly. So the control the money supply will be will be uncontrolled. It will be out of control, and of course the inflation rate will be out of control as well. So the consequences of that activities, you know already, crisis and also managing as well. That's why Vietnam need consider the currency, the domestic currency is a case of transferring in and out of Vietnam as a foreign currency to control money supply, and to protect our economic stability. Yes, stability. Everyone understand? That is 5 components of foreign exchange, and I hope that you pay in your mind. Foreign exchange different from foreign currency. Foreign currency is just one component of foreign exchange. Okay. I don't know we have enough time or not, because it's 9 o'clock now, and we have something related to the foreign exchange market. We have 10 minutes more. Yeah. And all that is about the foreign exchange market, about the characteristic of foreign exchange market, about the functions of foreign exchange market, the market participant classifications of the foreign exchange market, transaction in the foreign exchange market. Okay. For the transactions in the foreign exchange market, I just want to tell you there are two kinds of transaction. The first one is spot transaction, and the second one is derivative transaction in the foreign exchange market. And also for the purpose in the foreign exchange market, there are two purposes. The first one is trading, speculating, and the second one is hedging. Yeah. And I remember one group also made presentations about the hedgings and speculations, hedgings and also speculations in the foreign exchange market already. You remember? Yeah. Hedgings and also speculations. About the hedging, about the derivative. How many kind of derivative? 3. Future forward and options. Swap. Yes, swap. Yeah, swap. We have four kinds of contract. We call it the derivative contract. As is forward, futures, options. This is 4, not 5. You see, forward, futures, options, and swap. Yeah, that is 4 kinds of contract. And we can have many underlying assets. Underlying assets, for example, underlying assets is a foreign currency. And if the underlying assets is a foreign currency, we call it an exchange rate derivative. Yeah. If the underlying assets is an interest rate, so we call it the interest rate derivative. If the underlying assets is commodity priced, we call it a commodity price derivative. So everyone bear in your mind, derivative just have 4 contracts. However, there's many underlying assets. Yeah, remember it. Yeah, and also we have one group presenting. That is the stock derivative. No, not yet. Or next Thursday. I don't remember. Okay. Oh, forgot it. So that is a derivative. And you know the characteristic of the derivative? Know the characteristic of the derivative? Can anyone tell me? Can you? I also explain you the forward. I also explain you the forward contract already. I also explain you the forward contract already. You remember when I taught you the interest rate parity? Interest rate parity. Everyone remember interest rate parity? I tell you about the using the forward contract to hedge the exchange rate risk, and we call it is a covered interest rate parity. We call it covered interest rate parity. Remember? Yeah. So that is one kind of derivative. The second one is futures. The big differences between the forward and the futures. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me the differences between the forward and yeah?
The future contract is more standardized and it can be traded on the secondary market.
Secondary market. Is it futures or forward?
It's future.
As its futures is more standardized and it is traded will be traded other
On the standard exchange.
is standard exchange. Yeah. And how about the forward?
Forward can be customized and it's just between the seller and the buyer.
The negotiation. Yeah. Negotiation. Yeah.
Okay, guys. What's your name? Dan. And bonus? Any bonus for you? 1.25? No, 1.0. It's not 1. Yeah, 0.25. Yeah, zero. She said she got 1.25. No one got 1.25. 0.25. Yeah, and one more. Yeah, 0.25 for her for Zan. Okay, guys. The differences between the forward and the futures is standardized. Yeah, standardized. Standardization. The futures is more standardized than forward. More standardized forward. And I always give an example and for the comparisons that forward contract, like you go buy taxi or you go grab bike. So you can negotiate with the driver that I'll go to that place, blah blah like that. But futures like you go by bus. Okay. So you have to go to the bus stop, even though the university is 90. This place is 91 Chuolan Street, but you can ask the bus go to 91 Chuolan Street. When you go by bus, because go by bus you have to go to the bus stop, yeah, and you have to follow the rule of the bus. But the forward, like you go by taxi, or you go by grab by. That okay, take me to the Foreign Trade University, go stay to the university yard, okay, or go to the B building or A building. You can negotiate with the driver. And I hope that example will help you more remember better the difference between the forward and also the futures. How about the options? Yeah, that's two kinds of options. Yeah.
One is call option.
Yeah.
When you are buy call option, you will have the right to buy an asset at a specific time and specific price. And if you are the seller, you have obligation to sell it if the buyer want to do so. And in contrast, with the put option, if you are the buyer of the put option, you have the right to sell it, and you are the seller, you will have an obligation to buy it if the buyer want to do so.
Okay, thank you, Lily.
Do you have bonus or not? 0.25? Okay, 0.25 more. Today I give many bonus for you. Yeah, because today is the last chance. Last chance for you to get bonus. Okay. For the options, remember and bear in mind. Just buyer have the right to execute or implement the contract or not. Yeah, the contract or not. To conduct the contract or execute the contract or not. But the seller have to have obligation to do the contract. So just buyer have rights. Option here is options for the buyer. Options for the buyer. So the profit of the seller is, the biggest profit of the seller is the premium. Yes, premium. Yeah, premium. Okay, the premium. Because the buyer can terminate the contract. Terminate the contract. But the premium is the amount of money the buyer had to pay for the seller at the time of signing contract. And when the buyer terminates the contract, the seller still keep the premium. And of course, the buyer only execute the contract if they get profit. If they get the profit. And in the case they get profit, the seller will get lost. So the most profit of the seller is premium. Yeah, remember it? We have call options, we have put options, and we also have European options and American option. Do you know it? Okay, already. And about the swap. Swap is more complicated. Than other contracts. But do you know that? The contract which is used most widely by multinational corporation is swap. At first I also thought that, oh no, they will not use swap because it's very complicated. But the most contract they use is swap. Because why? Because it's a win-win. Because it's a win-win benefit. So why we okay? Exchange fixed interest rate with a flexible floating interest rate. Yeah. So win-win. Two parties will also have the same benefit. That's why swap is used very widely. It's very widely. Quite surprised. It's a surprise knowledge for us. But because I investigate the multinational corporations and I know it. Okay, guys, the time is over. And sorry, guys, for studying non-stop. You're quite tired at the end of these lectures, but I hope that you remember. I hope that you understand everything today. Today is quite a lot of knowledge, but it's interesting, everyone. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, thank you very much. I see you on Thursday. Thursday will be the last lecture. Yeah, will be the last lectures, and with the full presenting group. And I also remind you that all group have to submit